We have a disturbing in a good way for
A
Apocaflix
poster.
now. I think Smashing Padme is our alternate Padawan shirt.
I can't.
Oh my goodness. There
I
we
can't, dude. I cannot get that out of my
That's
head.
I
how it
think you
happened.
just permanently ruined that scene with me
Oh my
of
god.
Hold
Obi-Wan
on.
just standing at
Now
the
you guys
top
are gonna be
with his
thinking-
arms on his
Oh
hips.
my god.
Hold on.
Hello, and welcome back to the Padawan podcast from Apocaflix Movies. My name is Jake Berlin, and I am your host today for our Galaxy Far, Far Away podcast here on the channel, where we are breaking down everything from the world of Star Wars. That is right, our Star Wars podcast. If you guys have joined us before, thank you for joining us again. If you're a first-time viewer, a perfect time to join us because we are celebrating Star Wars Day, May the 4th. It is officially May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you, and we are here to talk some very special events and memories and things that we have in our life that are Star Wars driven on this special day. And to do that with me, per usual, is the panel members. I have Grand Admiral Sino there in the middle and Mr. Obi-Wan Jacoby over there on the right-hand side. How you gents doing?
Hello there. May the 4th be with you. Glad to be here.
Be with you both.
Yeah, it's kind of a perfect little storm here. Our shows usually go up on Tuesday, which this show will be up there on Tuesday, and we record on Mondays. And so it just made the most sense for us to find a way to celebrate May the 4th and Star Wars and things that we have in our life from Star Wars, too specific in as what we're going to be talking about today. That is a memory of ours from Star Wars, whether it be a movie theater experience or going somewhere or just something Star Wars in general, and then a valuable that we have. So it can be like a movie poster I have sitting behind me. It can be a toy. It can be a movie, comic book, whatever it is, the most valuable part of your Star Wars collection that you have, because damn well that we have a lot of it. So we are here to talk about it, and we're not going to go in any particular order. Does anybody want to go first? And we're going to be starting with valuable.
Valuables, huh?
I figured we
You're
saved
the
the
one-
memory for last.
You're the one with the toys, Jacob.
Oh, I can go first. So there's a lot of Star Wars stuff that I've had over the years. But the thing is, all the stuff that I had when I was a kid, I lost at some point. I moved around a lot, so I wasn't able to keep track of all that stuff. So most of my Star Wars stuff has been collected as an adult. But one thing that was an honorable mention that probably would be up there is something I texted you about, Jake. The figures, they came out around when the Phantom Menace came out. But the one thing that I value the most right now has got to be, I think you guys know what it is. It is my Rey hot toy figure.
Yeah, figured.
It's a combination of, I spent like $250 on this, but also like it's just really cool. I mean, if you guys don't know what hot toys are, they're just really realistic looking figures. If you can see like how like realistic is that? That's pretty cool. And all the joints move perfectly and everything. So just if I have to weigh everything that I have, that is definitely my most valuable Star Wars collection. I was thinking of it, if my apartment was burning down and I had to grab one thing Star Wars, it would definitely be that. So that really
Could you just hold on? Could you imagine Jacob running out of a burning house with a hot toy in
The
his
hot
hand?
toy.
Not like a med kit or water or anything. A hot toy.
I would like to say that I would actually like not think that, but I could absolutely see it. That's the funny
yeah.
thing.
All right. To be fair, that is not, if I, out of everything in my house, that wouldn't be the one thing I'd grab. But if it came down to just Star Wars stuff, that would be the one thing I would grab.
I don't know. That'd probably be, for you, I would say probably top 3 of things in general.
If he had
Maybe.
3 hands, it would be in one of the hands.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, that's a fair statement. And it just also, it represents my Star Wars fandom. Like, you got to be a crazy Star Wars fanboy to buy one of those. And I know, Jake, you have some on the way.
I have 3 Star Wars ones on the way.
That's right. Oh, I forgot. So you have IG-11 and the Mandalorian on the way.
Yep.
And then the Rey with Dio.
Yep.
Oh, man, that is
And
so
so
awesome.
it's funny. It's funny because the 3 of us, we talk Sideshow all the time. Like, they're Sideshow collectibles. They're amazing. They're incredible. The work they do. That's just like Jacob he showed us. I mean, it's so detailed, and they're just incredible with the pieces they involve and everything. But they came out with they initially came out with the IG-11 and Mandalorian one, right? And the three of us were like losing our mind over it. Oh
and you ordered it right away.
I pulled the trigger. It's funny though, because I just ordered the Rey and the Endgame Captain Marvel one about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I have been considering, I've been toying back and forth in my head, just absolutely just tearing myself apart, whether or not I should cancel the Mando one I have currently and get the Mando with the Baby Yoda one.
Oh, I saw they have that now.
Yeah. I've been considering, because it's only a $25. I only paid the $25 for the deposit fee, and
you would just lose the deposit. That's it, right?
And I've been tearing myself apart. Be like, okay, do I do that, and do I get the Baby Yoda with it for the same price, or do I stick with the Mandalorian?
Is it the same price?
It's the same. Oh, it might be like $50 more because it comes with the Baby Yoda.
Of course.
But the biggest difference is Mando has his silver Beskar, and the one that I ordered has the old school tore down.
Oh, that is a tough decision because you like the old school better, right?
I do like the old school.
Damn. Man, Sideshow is so smart because they know they make you want to own both.
And they make you they release them at a time where you tear yourself. You're thinking, okay, I didn't know this 6 months ago. This was coming out. Now do I do this?
I was gonna say no brainer. Yes, get the baby one with Baby Yoda, or with the child. Excuse me. We're trying to get away from calling him Baby Yoda.
Yes.
But considering how much you love the original armor, I don't know, man.
I know it's tough. It's really
kind of leaning towards no.
And the original armor goes more so with the IG-11 because of the first episode.
Yes. And honestly, as much as we love Star Wars, it's insane to buy both. Like, that's going too far. That's like me with the Captain Marvels. I'm not buying both. That you can just check me into a mental asylum at that point.
What if it was a different Harley Quinn one?
There are, and I only have ordered one.
So far. No, hey, look, the Rey one is great. I mean, out of her 3 outfits, I ordered the Rise of Skywalker one for a reason, because I think it's her best look personally. And I love the Last Jedi look, and the reason why I didn't pull the trigger is because I wanted to see how far they were looking, or how
that's true. Yeah.
But the Rey one is gorgeous.
Yeah, this is Jedi training Rey, so Last Jedi Rey.
Exactly, and it's with you combine it with, like, if you were to ever get old Luke, they pair perfectly. They have Luke, which is tempting, but nope, not gonna buy that. No, that's a good one. That's a good valuable for sure. If I had my Hot Toys, I probably, that might be up there, but it's not.
Does the Rey Rise of Skywalker one, which lightsaber does it come with?
See, that it comes with a blue one, and I'm scared crapless.
They're gonna release
a yellow one.
They absolutely are gonna do
that. If they do, I'm instantly canceling mine and ordering that one.
Yeah, because at that point, whatever outfit she's wearing, who cares? Just
and get the I have a feeling also, because this one comes with Dio, which is an odd pairing. It's kind of like an odd addition. I have a feeling that if they were to pair a droid with Rey and the yellow lightsaber one, it'd be BB-8, and it'd be a no-brainer.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It'd be a no-brainer.
You know what?
It's going to be that very last scene of the movie,
and I would instantly pull that trigger. Instantly.
You know what? I'm kind of glad I don't have a Kylo Ren one, because they might release a Ben Solo one.
That'd be dope.
Ben Solo at the end of Rise of Skywalker, I would buy that.
Yeah, that'd be dope. No, hey, that's a good valuable, man. That's a great valuable. Brian, what do you think about Hot Toys?
It's tough because it's new, like there. Of course, we want those old nostalgic things that we have, and I'm sure plenty of people have those. But for me, this is, like I said, I lost a lot of that stuff, but I do have some old stuff that I value. Don't get me wrong, but I just had to go with this one.
Let me tell you one thing, Jacob, that I've learned from my parents. You didn't lose it. They threw it away when you weren't looking. Probably. That's what it was.
It's like when they told you the cat ran away.
Or the fish died.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're like, 100%. Oh, you lost your toys. Like, did I? You don't know when you're a kid.
Uh-huh. Yeah, 100%. You asked me about the Hot Toys. Believe me, I want a bunch of them, but I'm a cheapskate, and I cannot, to me, justify buying a collectible action figure for that much
It's
because
fair.
I instantly start going, well, I can get this for one of those, or I could do this for that. And it just always, I've come close. There are ones that I've seen, and I'm like, oh man, like maybe. And then I'm like, nope. You can
Wait
get
till they create a Thrawn one.
Yeah, seriously.
You know
Yeah.
that one's gonna be so expensive too.
No, it would
You
be the same price. They're all the same price. They're
Yeah.
looking at 250.
If it's a normal, sometimes they make special ones that are a little bit
Yeah,
more valuable, and
yeah.
they're like $500. But I'm sure they'll make a regular one. How could you resist that, man? With the red eyes,
Well, the
If-
Captain America one I want is $800.
Yeah. Yeah.
like the Thanos one is like 400. But Thanos is so big, so it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, oh god, if they had a Thrawn one, just him standing there with his hands behind his back with the white on, I might, that might be the first purchase.
So I have a Thrawn Black Series figure, and so I bought it like one of those nights. What is the night? Force Friday or whatever. Like I bought it on a Thursday night, and I looked it up on Amazon. It's like worth $50 now, which is crazy.
They go up heavily, those things.
Because I haven't seen one in stores since then.
Same with these things. If you get certain ones,
Mm-hmm.
I grabbed this one for you, Jake.
They're all collector items, which a lot of fans go for hardcore. All right, Brian, let's go and move on to your valuable, sir. What do you got for us?
So it's funny because I literally thought of something else while right after we started. You clicked the start button. I went, oh my God, I should pick something else. But I'm gonna stick with what I have because it's over there and I'd have to get up and move, which is my signed Timothy Zahn Thrawn book that my sister got me from Comic Con.
Variant cover, correct?
Yeah. I have all the variant covers except for the very first one, which is this one.
Yeah.
Which actually, to be honest, might be the slickest of the covers. But I am, for right now, I have some stuff that will definitely change that. But for right now, it is going to be my Sith Holocron.
Oh, wow.
Because I had been wanting one for a very long time. And all of a sudden, a package showed up on my doorstep one day because I have a sneaky sister and a sneaky best friend who happens, not that one, who apparently went behind my back while I don't even know. I don't even
Are you
remember.
sure that's not a Wayfinder? It looks like a Sith Wayfinder.
Where's the I'm going to get rid of him in a second.
Yeah, so I was at Disneyland. I think it was for a specific, I don't know what it was for, but I had met up with Brian's sister. She had texted me, be like, hey, I need your help. And we met up at the workshop there, the store. And she's like, I don't know what to get him. I was like, boom.
Interesting. See, I did not know that you guys actually physically met up.
It was
I
very
thought you
brief,
sent her
very
like
brief,
a
very, very brief. But yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, just I was flabbergasted. I had none, not even a speck of like knowing, because she does that. Whenever she goes to Disneyland, for the most part, she'll get me or my mom something. In fact, that is from her, the Defend the Galaxy, which
the Thanos drink cup too.
Oh yeah, that's over there though. Yeah, well, that one I paid for. I told her she has to stop what she's doing during her vacation to go get me one of those. But yeah, I had no idea, so it meant a lot because it was completely unexpected. I just realized both of my main things were lightweight surprises from her. Shocking.
That means your sister's a great sister.
I know. Dang, realizing some things right now. Yeah. So it was super unexpected and really nice, in the fact that she and him went out of their way to do something like that. So it holds a special place in my heart for that one. Just like the Thrawn variant cover, because she went to Comic-Con and got the very, very literal last book of the Thrawn second book, Thrawn series. So yeah, I tend to put memories to attachments. So if you do something like that, I'm never gonna forget that, and it's gonna mean way more to me than if like I went and got one. Because I mean, it's cool that like I went and did that, but if someone like did all of that, it's gonna mean way more to me than I mean, it's literally I can go to Disneyland and get one of these, but if you do all that, then it makes it that much more special. So yeah. Plus, I'm a bad guy. You gotta love the bad guy stuff, right? I mean,
Jacob will eventually get that.
Which one?
The
Don't.
Jedi. It's sitting.
Jedi holocron.
Yeah, it's sitting back there.
Yes.
If and when we go, I'm gonna get the other one, so that way I can just have them randomly talking to each other and stuff. But yeah, I'm dead serious. You should see the list I had before quarantines happened. Yeah, and then I got my little crystals that go with it. So yeah,
it's a good one.
That would definitely be it. Just I would say heavily because of the meaning behind it. Honestly, that's probably not even. It's not even that it was something that I just really wanted and was like. I mean, my sister had been to like Galaxy's Edge like 2 or 3 times and rubbed it in my face, so I was just like jealous at that point and wanting one. But the fact that like she and Jake did all that, it means a lot more to me than it would if I would have just bought one.
Jacob, let me ask you something quickly here. Are you interested in a holocron like that? If you were to go to Galaxy's Edge, would you get one?
I do. I am interested, but the thing is, when we go, I want to invest all my money in a lightsaber.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So that's the thing. Like, I would rather get a lightsaber than get that and a lightsaber, because that's gonna. I mean, what were those, $50? Yeah. So don't get me wrong, I want one, but I probably gonna, limit my budget and buy a lightsaber, and probably gonna be Obi-Wan's.
Oh, so you're gonna buy one?
A lightsaber?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. That means you're gonna build one and buy the separate piece.
Okay. So I see what you're saying. So when you build one, it's custom. It's like its own thing. I don't know. That's tough because I want Obi-Wan's. Did you build yours?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I'll decide later because I'm not building and buying one at the same time. So
yeah. It was very hard to do that. Okay. So for mine, I have a couple different options that I was debating between. Obviously, the one sitting back there, the custom built lightsaber, like they had said. As a Star Wars fan, that's obviously something that you always want. But I'm going back to my childhood for this one, and I don't have them with me. They're currently in storage, but they hold incredible sentimental value to me because I have been a builder my entire life, and I was a massive, massive builder when I was a kid, and I had maybe 24 different types of these for Star Wars. And these are Lego sets. And these were my 2 biggest Lego sets that I had. And the first one is the A6 prequel era Juggernaut, which is right here.
Oh, nice.
This guy figured out how to put screens of pictures over. Okay.
It is it is in storage, like I said. And I've been thinking about trying to find the manual online to kind of rebuild it again, maybe break it down and rebuild it again. And this is the second biggest one that I have. And the first biggest one I have is Jabba's barge.
Nice.
Sitting as well in storage. They're the only Lego sets I have left. We moved.
It's not in your garage?
No, they're in storage right now. And when we moved, I don't know, I was probably around like the 12, 13, 14 range. Obviously, in that age bracket, you're kind of like a not a rebellious kid, but you're like, oh, I'm cool, right? I mistakenly tossed all my Lego sets except for those two.
Wow.
I don't have a single one left except for those two. I'm telling you, I had maybe 24 different Lego sets. I had Obi-Wan Starfighter. I had Anakin's Jedi Fighter. I had all these different sets. None of them were like super expensive. I could never spend the money on like the Millennium Falcon or the Death Star, even though those were a dream. But I've always been a builder, and you guys know this. Like I kind of sit there and I like to tinker. And as a kid, this is what I would do. Like I love sitting there and building Legos. I still do these days. I can't spend money on them because they're too expensive. I would love to, but I just can't. But they're the longest outside of having the VHS tapes from the original trilogy. They are the longest objects I have for Star Wars. And so they mean a lot to me. And although it was hard to pass up said lightsaber back there, especially it having the white crystal on the inside, I got to go with the Legos on this one.
I'm actually I can
That's
understand
a good
it.
one.
I'm actually kind of surprised. My thoughts for you was either going to be the lightsaber or your Boba Fett.
The Boba Fett canvas.
Yeah.
There might be a canvas on the way that might take that over, though.
Might be a canvas. There is a canvas on the way. Don't even try. Yeah, no.
Just like I might have another Star Wars hot toy on the way. You know?
Wait, do you really?
Yes, of course he does.
I do.
What?
It is the Princess Leia in Return of the Jedi one.
With the speeder bike one, right?
Yep, it is that one.
Awesome.
I wanted a Leia one, and I think the only ones they have are that one and General Leia.
All the rest of them.
Yeah, and the one with the white dress,
yeah,
in A New Hope is sold out.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have gotten that one, but Leia in Return of the Jedi, yeah, I just paid like the $25 fee, and the reason I got it is because I had a discount code for my last one, and it was like another $20 off. So. And I had $15 credit, so it ended up being like $180.
Listen to him justify his.
But anyways, yes, I have the Princess Leia one on the way, which might top the Rey one once I get it. So we'll see.
Hey, if I had a hot toy, I might feel different. But the Legos are my hot toys essentially.
Yeah, I remember I want the Millennium Falcon one so bad, but it's like $800.
Yep.
Like that's the dream.
I always wanted the AT-AT. Oh my god,
that would be so cool.
This was my AT-AT because we grew up with the prequels. This is
that's true. Yeah.
That. Oh god, I know it's funny because. Go ahead. I've been recently looking for some reason had an itch to build some Legos, and God, they're expensive. Like I was looking at just like busts of like helmets that are probably like that big, and it's like $60, and I'm like, my goodness, that's to me that's almost like justifying a hot toy. I'm like,
you could get like a starter set at Costco for like $30-$40. Not bad. But it's just regular Lego. It's just regular bricks.
Yeah. No, I mean, don't get me wrong, they have some freaking awesome.
No, I've been thinking about buying some too because we're bored, and I don't. I don't
that's
like
what it comes down to.
I don't like doing puzzles, to be honest, but Legos would be a cool thing to do.
I want the one thing that if I had an endless amount of money, I would want to get the Death Star and hang it from the ceiling.
That would be amazing.
That's what I would want.
Probably. How much is that one? I can't even imagine.
It's up there. I remember going to Disneyland as a kid and enjoying the hell out of Disneyland, but always having to make a trip to the Lego store. To make a trip to the Lego store because they always had exclusives there. And Star Wars was such a big part of it because the prequels were going on when we were that age. And so, yeah, it's just, like I said, if I had the money to do so, I would have multiple Legos, but it's also having the room. Like they take up a lot of room.
That's true.
They're not like hot toys where they can just sit there right in a small space. Some of them, like these two I have, they take up a lot of room and it's hard to place them.
That's true. Where do you put them if you don't? Unless you have your own house with multiple rooms.
Exactly. So Legos are mine.
Just looked it up and it is currently listed on Amazon for $670.
Honestly, that's less than I thought.
It's two hot toys.
Yeah. maybe 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say, depending on which one, it could be 3.
That's true.
Hey, maybe when you have a kid, you have to justify decorating the room and
Yep.
hang it from the room. There you go.
Happen. My kid's gonna be a day old and be like, getting him a Lego set.
Yep. You can't even play with it yet. Hey, what would be cool is like in the Lego movie, like in the basement, just have a whole table with a whole like a city built.
That's a good
That's
call.
the dream.
Just have a Galaxy Far, Far Away table set.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be sweet.
man.
That'd be sweet. All right, gentlemen. So, well, let's move on to our memory portion of the show. We tackled the valuables, some sentimental things that mean a lot to us. Let's go and talk about memories. One specific memory that stands out to you with Star Wars, again, can be anything. And I'm sure that we may have similar ones to talk about as far as honorable mention stuff. Jacob, I want to shoot it back to you because you started us off. What is the one? I think I may know what it is, but what's the one Star Wars memory you have?
It is very tough. There's a few things that, and a lot of recent things too, that could take it. But I'm sorry if I take this from one of you guys, but for me, it's got to be the Force Awakens premiere. And we can talk about honorable mentions afterwards, but the Force Awakens I've never ever felt like that in my whole entire life, and I never will again. Star Wars coming back was so amazing, and we made a night of it. There was so many people. We had like 2 separate tables, or maybe even more separate tables when we went out to dinner beforehand, and like we were in such a big group that most of us didn't even talk to each other like beforehand. We were like in our own groups. There was like 30 people or something like that, if I recall. And just coming off that high, like just everything leading up to it, watching all the movies beforehand, going in, and I don't remember being so excited other than that night. And just the reveal, we didn't know anything really. Like they kept everything tight-lipped. We didn't know that Kylo was Han and Leia's son, even though it wasn't like a big reveal in the movie. Like to us, that meant a lot. In our heads, we were like, "What did he just say?" So there was just so many different things going on, and introduced us to so many great characters like Rey and Kylo and BB-8. These characters are just legends now. Like they're some of our favorite characters in Star Wars ever now, and that's crazy. No matter what you think of the sequel movies, like those characters are almost just as iconic as the prequel and the original trilogy characters now, because they stuck and they worked for people. And young kids, they know Rey way better than they ever knew Leia or Padme, and they know Kylo way more than they ever knew Luke or Anakin. So for this generation, it's great. For these young kids, it's great. But for me, it's just that one night going in to see it. I'll tell you guys, I lived in Auburn at the time. We went to go see it we went pretty late, Jake. I don't remember if
it was a 1 a.m. show.
Yeah, it was a 1 a.m. show. I was not tired at all, like not one lick, because that energy just gave me everything I needed to stay up. But we went out to 1 a.m. show, right? I went home, went to sleep thinking about the movie. Like I stayed up for like 2 hours just laying there thinking about the movie. As soon as I got up at 10 a.m., I went and watched it again. As soon as I got up. Yeah. And I don't think I'll ever feel that feeling again. Like Endgame was amazing. There's going to be other movies that are big and are going to be amazing, but nothing ever is going to touch that.
Yeah, that's and it's unfortunate that Brian and Keith weren't able to join us for that one.
I was just thinking Brian wasn't there.
Yeah, they weren't a part of it at the time.
Yeah, we didn't know each other yet.
Yeah, Jacob's right. We had like 15 to 20 people or something, like 25 maybe with us, and we had went to BJ's Brew House beforehand in SAC. And the one thing I remember from there before going to the theater is Gio asking everybody if they wanted a round of shots.
I know.
I saw you guys get it, and you guys took a round. I'm like,
I did not take a shot that night. I didn't take a shot that night. I was watching my bladder.
That's a memory.
That's how I was with Endgame.
No, alcohol makes me have to use the restroom.
That's a memory that we'll all be able to hold on to, and I specifically didn't have that as my number one because I knew for a fact you were going to bring that up. I knew for a fact that was going to be your memory.
Yeah, for sure. There's other things, but yeah, I can't not choose that. It's too good.
I feel you. Yeah, Brian, real quick, your not just your thoughts, but
What was your experience?
Yeah, you were in SAC at the time. When did you watch it opening night? Like, where were you?
It's funny because this was what 16?
15.
15, yeah.
So I was still relatively new to SAC. I want to. Did it come out in the towards the beginning
December
of 15?
Yeah,
trying to think.
December 15th of 15.
So I was still relatively new. Like I was still. I mean, I'd been here a year, but like the first year, you're still trying to figure things out. So I didn't really have many friends or people up here yet. So for me, you guys are going to lose your mind. I didn't see it until the next day. I know.
That's not surprising considering you didn't know that many people here.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But
look, I like going to the movies by myself, and I totally would have gone by myself, but I don't know about a big premiere by yourself. That's kind of sad.
Yeah. So for me, no, it's true. That is literally the reason why I waited, because I didn't want to do this movie by myself. It's not something like I needed to be able to, like, I think I've probably seen every Star Wars movie with, like, at least with someone. I know I didn't go by myself. The first one I can remember was Attack of the Clones and I just went with my dad. He took me out of school to go see it the next morning. Yeah, I just it's funny because I don't even know if we planned it, but I think I was literally driving home for the weekend from SAC and just text my buddy and was like, "Have you seen Star Wars yet?" And he's like, "No, I haven't seen it yet." And I was like, "Do you want to go see it?" And he was like, "Yeah, let's just meet at the." I was literally driving.
Sounds so casual.
I know, right?
Well, it's not like my sister or my mom were going to want to go see it. And at that time, all my friends had scattered for their college. So I was just like, "Hey, I know you're home. You want to go see it?" "Yeah, okay." "Do you mind my girlfriend comes?" "No." "Okay." So we just ended up meeting at one of the theaters on my ride home. And we just saw it in the theaters and just literally, and it's funny because I think it was almost like a full 24 hours of it being out before I went and saw it. So yeah, it's not like it's not a memory to me like you guys, because I didn't go with like a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Whereas like now when we do these, it's super fun because
Did you love it the first time you saw it, or?
Oh, absolutely. It was Star Wars was back. Like, I mean, I feel like they could have probably put anything in front of me and I would have been just as excited at that point just because it was back. But the fact that it was actually like really good too was just awesome.
Awesome. I never heard that story, so
I don't either. I
don't think I've ever said it. So.
You know, it's funny. While you were talking, I was thinking of this. I'm pretty sure The Force Awakens was the first movie where we started the movie group, where all of us go to the theater.
Probably.
I think that might have been where there's like 15 of us. Just some of the Marvel movies. That's it, but nothing like major.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Force Awakens was the first one.
I mean, I saw Age of Ultron with Gio, just him and I. So that might have been the next biggest one before that.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And if you know us now, we roll like to these things like 15 to 30 people.
Yeah, it's 15 at least. 15 at least for sure.
It's bad.
That's good memory. It's something that I'll hold on to forever. It also is attached to our 2-hour spoiler review of The Force Awakens.
That's very true.
You guys did a 2 hours.
Yeah. And
we
didn't even cover everything.
We just started talking and it ended up being 2 hours long. Yeah. It was awesome. Insane. It was fun. All right, Brian, let's move on to your memory, man. What is the one thing that you hold dearest to your heart for Star Wars?
If you've paid attention to any time we've talked about it, you're going to know exactly what it was or is. And it's the first one that pops into my mind every single time. There's a very close second to it. But as of right now, my favorite one is when we all went to see The Last Jedi, and the whole in the throne room scene comes up.
I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew that was gonna be it.
just because I've at that point before Endgame, there had been nothing that completely like just had thrown me off as that the beginning of that whole sequence. I was sitting next to Jake on my right, and I think Josh on my left, and Jake says it all the time. I literally audibly yelled, "What is going on?" Like, just, I had no, and he's sitting there laughing at me on the side of me, and just like,
I don't know if I was laughing. I was probably telling you to shut up.
no, you were laughing at me because I was literally just like my soul had left my body because I was just so like, this is not how this type of these movies go. Like, this is not like a typical thing. Like, I'm like, holy cow, this guy just, at the moment, I'm thinking this guy, the main bad guy, just went good guy. Like, he's fighting with the good guy, and the whole entire thing's about to change. And I mean, obviously it didn't in the end, but well, the very end it did. But at that point it didn't. But just, and I wasn't the only one in that theater that was completely thrown. People, you could hear other people like being like, oh, like when Snoke dies.
Oh,
and
I'm pretty sure I like got out of my seat for like 0.5 seconds. Like,
yeah,
it was crazy.
Anytime that something like that happens in a movie, it leaves an imprint that I will never forget, and those are my favorite memories. Same with Endgame. The second that end battle scene, the second the Holy Trinity go against Thanos, that from that to the end, just anytime something like that does that to me in a movie theater, I'm always going to remember it. And that's always going to be one of my favorite things, because I hate to say it, but I don't really remember when the first time I watched the original trilogy is. I have a good idea, but I could be wrong. I unfortunately, I don't remember seeing the Phantom Menace in theater. That I do remember seeing the Attack of the Clones, and I vaguely remember Revenge of the Sith. So I think it's more when I get to share them with people that I actually like, really care about, love hanging out with, love being around. It makes that memory stronger. Like, I can attach it to a memory, and it's something I'm not going to forget. Whereas these other ones, like I said, Attack of the Clones, only reason I remember that is because I remember my dad took me out of school the next day, or the day it came out, and I was just like, screw you guys, I'm missing school to go see this movie. Same with Spider-Man 2. He did the same thing for me. So anytime, and that's probably the reason why I remember The Force Awakens, because sometimes I do have to sit there and go, wait, how did I see it with Jake and them? No, I didn't know them yet. So anytime that I have a memory that I can attach to and that has really imprinted, it makes it that much more important and fun. And just, I think it wasn't the fact of like Snoke just got cut in half. This guy that we thought was going to be the whole main villain, now or Kylo Ren's fighting with it. It was more of just like the reactions of people going around, me losing my mind, and it's just something I will never forget. And that's probably honestly one of the main reasons why that's probably like my favorite Star Wars scene. Just that whole entire situation was just way too much fun.
It's a good memory.
Yeah, that's one that crossed my mind when I was putting my list together, but I knew it was going to be yours, so I didn't touch it.
Well,
but no, Force Awakens is definitely above that, but that's a crazy moment for sure.
Yeah, I had another one that came very, very close, but I'm not going to say it because I don't know what Jake's is.
Quickly, just go ahead and say it.
When we met Ashley Eckstein was at Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, Comic-Con, yeah.
Because that was just literally pure coincidence. I was just literally walking around and saw someone holding up a popsicle stick with her face on it, going, "If you're meeting her, go stand in line that way." And I'm like, no, this isn't. No, she's not doing that. And all of a sudden, the girl that we stood behind in line, fully decked out, literally head to toe, skin painted, looking like Ahsoka. And I was like, "Is she here?" She goes, "Yeah, she's gonna come over there." And I immediately grabbed my phone, called Jake. I said, "Get over here," because we weren't standing by each other. I was like, "Get over here, Ashley Eckstein's over here." Blah, blah, blah. And we stood in line. We stood in line for a while too.
Yeah, but it wasn't terribly long, which is nice.
No, but I mean,
they smartly put her in the Del Rey book section, so all we did was buy books while we waited.
Yeah,
Of
well,
course.
because my mission was to find the third Thrawn.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason why we found it, is because I was on a mission to find the third Thrawn books variant cover, and then it all just fell into place. And yeah,
that's a good memory, Brian. It's a good one. I am going to step away from movies. Like I said, I considered the Force Awakens one. That was up there for me. Unfortunately for me, I don't have memories of watching. I have a brief memory of seeing the Revenge of the Sith in theaters. Very, very brief. Nothing before that. I don't remember watching them for the first time. The originals when I was a kid, nothing like that. And so my memory goes straight to experiencing Galaxy's Edge for the first time. I know that you guys haven't got a chance to go, and I'm hoping that I will be able to see your guys' faces when we go, and hopefully it's together. It's everything you want from a Star Wars fan. You truly do step inside the galaxy far, far away as soon as you cross that gate, and you're experiencing something completely different.
oh, this is making me want to take my headphones off.
It doesn't feel like you're in Disneyland anymore. The music playing, they have the stores and stuff. But Kylo Ren walking around, toying with people, and the stormtroopers making jokes, and Chewie, and you get to see Rey, and then obviously the rides. But the cool thing is like, Disneyland, they didn't make the Galaxy's Edge all about rides. There's only 2 of them. It's about the experience, right? The cantina, which is more for adults, right? It's much more about drinks, but it's incredible just to step inside there and see a droid DJing. The blue milk is off the wall good. The experience is incredible. Obviously, building a lightsaber on top of that is very special. And being able to do that, you can build a droid. It's something that I'm very lucky to have experienced so far with everything going on right now. And like I said, I really do hope that whenever we get the chance to go, if it is in fact for Celebration this August, if it does still happen, I hope that I do get to be there with you guys so you guys can experience it, because it is truly the experience of a lifetime for a Star Wars fan.
God, I hope we are all together, because
Yeah,
I can just see Jacob and I like squealing like little girls, and Jake just sitting there laughing at us. Just
look, I didn't think you were going to choose that one. I thought it was going to be some childhood memory, but that's how can that not be one? I can only imagine that's a great memory. It's funny because both Brian and I, like, you can relate to, right? You've been in those theater experiences. We've never been to Galaxy's Edge. So like, look, I am not even the biggest Harry Potter fan in the world, but I was geeking the F out when I went to Harry Potter World in Universal Studios. And I'm like a casual Harry Potter fan. So I can't imagine myself going to Galaxy's Edge. Like, I'm going to lose my mind. So I'm jealous of you, but that is sounds like a great moment.
And I know that we will probably debate back and forth whether or not you'll like buy an Obi-Wan or whatever, but it would be pretty incredible for the 3 of us to build lightsabers together.
No, you know what? When I said I was going to buy
wanna do
Obi-Wan,
that so bad.
I wasn't thinking about building one. I was just thinking of buying one, but I'm probably going to build one. Like that's what a Jedi does. Or I guess do Sith build their own lightsabers? I guess.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, we do.
I mean, the thing is, it's part of the Jedi training. I don't know if it's part of the Sith training.
Yeah.
No, they just take other
We
people's
kill
lightsabers.
the Jedi's and then bleed
Yeah,
their
and take their lightsabers and then bleed the
Yeah.
crystals. That's
Yeah.
what you do.
So
But
that's
no,
what I'm gonna have
I
to do
can't
to
wait. So
you.
yes, I definitely want to build one.
God, I can't even imagine. Like, I have
I
gone
don't know why.
over.
I thought Brian has already gone, but I guess not.
No, my sister just rubs it in my face. She's been like 5 times. And let me put it this way to put in context to what Jake is saying. My sister's a casual fan, nowhere near us at all, not even close. She, to be honest, I'm not even 100% sure if she's seen every movie. If she has, it's within the last year that she's watched them all. When she went, and Jake, you haven't even done it yet. When she went most recently, she went on Rise of the Resistance, and she said, point blank, it is the greatest ride you will ever go on in your whole entire life. It's
What
like
everybody's
being in a
saying.
movie.
That's what everybody's
Wow.
saying.
And for my sister, someone who doesn't, she's gonna go to the Star Wars movie just to say she's seen it. For her, and if you knew my family when we were back together and stuff, our thing was theme parks. I've been to Disney World, Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios, Disneyland, like California Vet. Just we've been to a bunch of them, and for her to say that is the best ride she's ever been on, and that nothing will probably even come close to it, and it's like being in a movie, that alone made me go, "Holy crap!" Like this
They didn't
place
have that
must
ride
be-
yet when you went, Jake, right?
No, they were still building it. I went during the summer. I want to say the summer of last year. No. I went in the fall of last year. No. The summer of last year. No, excuse me, the spring of last year. And so it was still
Are you
almost
sure?
a year. Yeah, it was almost a year away. I have my former boss, my close friends, his wife hasn't seen a Star Wars movie, and they went on it, and she said it's one of the greatest rides ever made.
Have
So-
you guys ever been on the Transformers ride at Universal
Yeah.
Studios?
Yes.
Yeah.
That ride is amazing. It kind of, from the trailers of the ride, it kind of reminds me of that. It's probably similar to that setup.
So I actually haven't seen any footage. I've been,
Oh, okay.
Gabby's been
I've
watching it
avoided
crazy.
that like
I've
crazy.
thrown her phone away every time she looks.
Yeah, they
at
just, I don't
something.
even remember when I saw them. They just come on randomly.
Yeah, but I've heard it's very similar, but I've heard it like
Well,
It
that
takes it to
Transformers
the
ride
next
was
level.
built years ago,
Recent.
like not too long ago.
it was
but recent.
yeah, it was only like 5-6 years ago or something
But
like that.
still,
no
can
more
you
than
imagine
5.
how far the technology has advanced?
Uh-huh,
Because
uh-huh.
that ride is
And
amazing.
it's Disney.
Yeah,
And, I
exactly.
mean-
So I can't imagine what, like in the Transformers ride, you fly out of a building and you're like, it feels
Yep.
like you're really falling off a building
Yep.
and gonna hit the ground, and then a Transformer catches you and it feels real. So I can't imagine what this ride does. It's probably amazing.
We got to go together. We really do got to go together.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That's the ultimate goal, I think, for me, is just us all going. I mean, you've already experienced it, Jake, but like us two, Jacob, being new, and then
Yeah.
just everyone like, oh god, I don't like
I
to
am
think
the
about
master on that one. You are the Padawans.
it. Well, no,
Yeah, technically, you'd be the younglings.
no, now you're ruining it.
Brian would be the one who has anger issues and then goes
Uh-huh.
to the Sith.
I'm gonna kill you, steal your lightsaber, and bleed your crystal, and then I'm gonna have mine.
We'll see about that. All right, gentlemen. Well, any final thoughts on our memories and our valuables before we get out of here?
Well, just want to say a quick few honorable mentions
Yeah,
for me.
go ahead.
Shout out to what I'm gonna call my Bikini Leia pop figure.
Wow.
My Bikini Leia pop figure.
even know you
They
had
don't
that.
sell
yeah, they
Bikini
banned all
Leia
slave Leia
merchandise
stuff,
anymore. They do
Yeah.
not sell that anymore. So I'm actually, I forgot where I got. I think I got it online because they don't sell that stuff anymore. And I also have a poster of Bikini Leia, so I value those things very much. And also, for my childhood is the Phantom Menace, like the 3.5-inch figures. that they put out, the little small ones that you put their foot on the chip and then it says something. I had like all of them as a kid, and then I lost them, and then
we lost them.
Gio Ramos from the show, someone from his family gave him some of his old stuff and or some of their old stuff, and they had like 10 of them, right? And he gave me a Darth Maul one and an Obi-Wan one. Nice. And like, so a combination of those are like, I remember them from my childhood being some of my favorite things, and that Gio gave them to me. They're in storage right now, but I love those little figures so much. And I even, when the new movies came out, I was buying all the new ones, but I moved on to like Black Series and Hot Toys now. Well, I should have just stuck with the 3.5 inch figures.
I have all of those.
But yeah, I love those. The ones that Gio gave me are unopened still, which are cool.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Mine are played with.
And then for memories, the only other thing that competes really is my dad taking me to see the prequels when I was a kid. He took me to see he took me to see the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. And though, like, if it weren't for those times, I probably wouldn't be as big of a Star Wars fan as I am now.
Those are good. Those are good memories. I don't really have any honorable mentions. Like I said, I don't have very much memory from when I was a kid as far as Star Wars go. The one thing that I can say, and it's, it says something to me, but my good buddy Shaw, I remember when they announced the Star Wars were coming out on Blu-ray and they did the pack of the originals and the prequels.
Oh, yeah.
I remember we were freaking out. We went the second Best Buy open that day and I bought the pack. And it's a great pack of Star Wars movies. It's incredible. But I remember watching the Blu-ray for the first time and being absolutely blown away by how it looked compared to what it looked like beforehand. And so as far as memories go, that's probably another one that I can throw in there.
I'll say awesome. I had a toy that it's almost so long ago that like it almost doesn't feel real. And to this day, I still get upset with my mom because I believe she was probably the one that got rid of it. I had a Star Wars battleship that was electronic, made noise. So like it was the coolest toy ever. You like, instead of battleships, it was an X-Wing, a Mon Calamari freighter.
That's
on awesome. The good guy side, and then the bad guy side, you had a Star Destroyer, or it was so cool. And anytime you hit someone, it would give you a TIE fighter blast noise or an X-Wing shot, and it was the coolest thing ever. And to this day, I still look for it every once in a while to try to find it. But that toy, if I still had that today, it would go with me everywhere probably.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, that was a good show. I liked all our valuables, all our memories. It was good. Absolutely, good walk down memory lane. A great way to celebrate May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day, one of the greatest days of the year for us here on our Padawan podcast. That is the show for this week, guys. And we really, really appreciate it if you joined us. Make sure you guys find us on audio as well, not just YouTube. You guys can find us on Anchor, Apple, and Spotify, Google, Stitcher, all that good stuff. Twitter, Instagram, where we're posting all of our shows, interacting with polls, getting information for our main show, Apocaflix Now, which you guys can find live on Friday nights, which is a super fun, relaxed movie show that we do. We just did a watch along for Inglourious Basterds. So if you love that movie, join us for that one. Go back and watch it on replay. But for now, that is the Padawan Podcast. Mr. Obi-Wan Jacoby, Mr. Grant Amosino, Qui-Gon Jake. We thank you guys for joining us. Have a great Star Wars day. May the 4th be with you, and may the Force be with you. We'll see you guys next time.